Well, absolutely. I don't necessarily worry that my children will face racism. There's an expectation that they will.
I'm not worried that my child will face racism. I know my child will face racism.
Do I feel as though my son will face racism in the society? Yes. It is systemic.
So with that, there's a preparation for it as opposed to a worry. So I know that in my conversations with my boys, there is a very deliberate conversation in terms of how you interact with others.
And so part of my thought process is to prepare my child for the day that they face racism by educating them about the history of black people politically within Western society.
It is deliberate and it is not deliberate. It is direct and it is indirect. I think the important thing here is for my son to recognize when it's happening and have the confidence and the means to be able to respond to it.
Be it police, be it people in positions of authority or power, and how to properly represent yourself within that. And also with my daughter, in terms of how she presents herself in the world.
Which includes, slavery and what that did to the image of the black man and black woman within society. I feel like once I educate my child on that, they will know that, okay, maybe one day somebody's going to try to treat me like this and I know where it comes from.
That she's always beautiful and natural beauty and all these sort of things that when she walks out the door, there's a lot of different images that don't necessarily represent her true beauty.
And for me, it's also important to teach my child about what life was like for sort of the black civilization before that, so that they know they come from a place of strength and great achievement, so that when they are faced with that piece of ignorance, they'll recognize it for what it is, which is really just ignorance.
And not to see it as a hammer on his head that doesn't allow him an alternative or to get out of that situation. So whether it's the job market, whether it's the education system, whether it's him on the streets, whether it's an encounter with the police, the color of his skin is an important factor for society in general, because he will be treated differently. To think otherwise would be an injustice.
Black Daddies Club, a movement built on love.